What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about MicroStrategy today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. This is our weekly game plan, talking about what's coming forward here in this next week of March, going into the 10th, and I think this is the 10th through the 17th. Am I right? It is the 10th through. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not a full week, right? The 10th through the 15th or the 14th, whatever. I think it'll be through the 14th. Anyways, we're at 287 now. Bitcoin has dropped a little bit since Friday, haven't you? You've dropped a little bit. How much have you dropped since Friday? You've dropped a whole whopping 7%. You're up now. You've dropped about 5.2%, and I wouldn't be surprised if either by the end of the stock day or the following day, sometime this week, we saw a final move down that took us below $75,000. Something that would be on the lines of, let's see, from the current price, that'd be about a 9% drop or more. Something like that, okay? Overall, from where Friday closed, that would promote something that's on the lines of about a 14% drop or more. Okay, so if MicroStrategy dropped 14% from here and just followed with Bitcoin, that would likely take us not to lower lows, but just slightly above these lows, something that's a higher low. I'm expecting MicroStrategy because if we look here, you've been very gappy throughout this range. You have a small gap here, a rather big gap here. You closed this day here, and then you gapped down and then came back up, right? Gap here, gap city back here. It's very gappy in this area. I wouldn't be surprised at all if you gapped down and you probably saw prices around 260, 250, maybe even as low as 240. I don't think we go below this low, at least not tomorrow. But it wouldn't surprise me even if we did go below that low. But it would require Bitcoin to go probably below $74,000, and I don't know if that happens. Hey, Mufasa's here, man. He's making it. You can see his tail, I think, maybe. I'm not. Yeah, there you go. Little tail action there. He only makes appearances on camera when he's bullish about something, right? This is a bullish cat, guys. I got him from a very special place. Don't ask me, okay? It was somewhere in Chinatown, and I don't remember the name of it because it was a wicked night. And anyways, he comes up. He only comes up and makes an appearance whenever things are bullish. No, that's a joke. Obviously, that's a joke, but honestly, it's actually happened a good bit of the time. When he shows up for various things, he's got the calls, man. He's like the NBA or the NFL corgi that shoots those baskets, the basketballs into whatever basket, whatever team is going to win. Ugh. He's a good boy, man, but he doesn't like me he doesn't like it whenever I pick him up. He likes me. He just doesn't like being manhandled, and I can respect that, right? I don't like being manhandled either. It's got to be the right man. I don't know. Let's talk about this though. High to low here, we're at about $287. We're likely going to be moving up in no time at all. Yes. We're going to drop lower. I would expect we do drop to about 245, but anywhere from about 260 to 245 will do. We could even go lower than 230, and that's okay if we do. When it comes time, make no mistake, my friends, I wouldn't be surprised at all if by the end of this next week, not only do we come down that low, but we close this week higher still, right? Above where we are now. We're going to have some wicked volatility coming our way. And if not, what's going to happen then would be that we do close this week down at this area, down at around 245, 250, 260, somewhere in that area. We'll close the week down here, and then the following week, which would be the 17th, right? The 17th through the 20th or the 21st, something like that. That'd be whenever we break out and we start moving higher and begin our final we finally begin the trend that will take us all the way up to these targets of about anywhere from $1,100, $1,200 and beyond. I really do believe we could see $1,700, you guys. I think that's on the table. It depends on what happens with Bitcoin, how bullish it can get, how bullish it will be. But I am anticipating a move for Bitcoin that takes it up to 173K. Wouldn't it be funny if it's at 173K, MicroStrategy makes it to $1,700, just like a whole, like it's like 1% of a Bitcoin market cap. In fact, or Bitcoin price. In fact, that's how we derived this price. That's how we derived the $1,700 price. We compared MicroStrategy to Bitcoin. Okay, we look at it here. Looking at this chart, it's a very important chart. MicroStrategy versus Bitcoin is absurdly bullish. It looks parabolic. It looks beautiful, man. Over time, MicroStrategy will outperform Bitcoin. Where's your next target destination? I don't know. We're gonna guess. From a high to a low, my guess would be that you are around 0.0088, so just under 1% of a Bitcoin, to maybe something that's just over 1%, or likely even at 1% itself. If Bitcoin does achieve a $173,000 price, $175,000 price by the end of April, sometime in May, which I think it really could see that, then MicroStrategy likely would be not too far behind. I'm not saying that it'll go to 1,700, but it'll likely go above 1,000, and it could very well go above any of the targets that I've talked about over the past few months, something that is over $1,300. But I am expecting at least $1,100 at a minimum for MicroStrategy, $1,100 if not more. $1,700 is a target that we've recently got comfortable with saying, especially if you can move up 1% versus Bitcoin. I think that you can. Again, the way this chart works, right, it's priced in Bitcoin. So if it sees a 0.01, that's 1% of a Bitcoin. 1% of 170K, which is where I think Bitcoin will be by the end of April or sometime in May, would put this thing at about 1,700. MicroStrategy itself at about 1,700. But there is very strong resistance before you get to 1%. So maybe not quite 1,700. Maybe you do find resistance just below, but something between 1,100, 1,700, 1,500, whatever. It's coming. I'm repeating myself. I'm going to end the video there. Hit the like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Again, actually, before we end the video, to just surmise what I'm expecting this week to do. I'm expecting. Come on, Mufasa, buddy. I love you, but you are messing with things over here. Okay, he's really loving this computer for some reason, but he's messing with me. He's very hairy too, man. He's the fluffy one. So he anyways, enough about you, Mufasa. Let's finish this thing up. I assume we'll start the week off to the downside around 260 at the highest, but probably around 245 if I had to guess. We could go below this, but I'm not expecting that we do, unless Bitcoin goes lower than what I'm expecting it to. And then by the end of the week, I would expect that we are back at these prices, if not higher, back at 287. So we're going to have some wicked volatility. If I'm wrong, what would then happen, what I would then expect is that instead of closing the week back at these areas, we might close the week. What we might do instead is we might move down here and then kind of consolidate for the week. And then next week, that's whenever we'll recover, something like that, you know. But sooner than later, if it's not by the end of next week, this coming week here, it'll be by the end of the following week. We will finally have a break of this downtrend. That's what we're looking for. It's coming. We're on the precipice of seeing it. We just have a little bit more downside to go. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.